guys, welcome back. So today's video we're discussing keto after weight loss surgery. So I said it before, in August 26th, 2019, I had weight loss surgery. I had RNY or Rooney gastric bypass surgery. I'm down 78 pounds. Had a lot of health issues. There were lots of gains and losses. I've been back to losing for quite a while, especially since being on keto. Anyway, so I'm down 78 pounds. I went from 290 to 211. I'm still working on it, and I'm 2.5 years out. Like I said, I've had my struggles, or I probably would have done better, but I'm doing great. I'm going to the gym. Okay, anyway, so that's my story. And so yes, keto is absolutely possible after weight loss surgery. I'm not talking like right after. I'm talking after you're fully healed and you're on regular meals. Disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a dietitian. I'm not a nutritionist. I am just a normal average person. Everything I say is just my opinions, my thoughts, my experiences. Okay, so the main thing you want to do, especially as a bariatric patient, is maintain high protein. And I know everybody's, journey is different, and you have different guidelines. That's what I meant, guidelines. Anyway, in mine, I'm supposed to do 60 grams of protein every single day. But for me, I personally am aiming for 100 every day, or as close to 100 as I can get, because that's what's been helping me drop the pounds. I feel fuller. I'm not hungry all the time like I used to be. I eat less. I eat my meals. I do struggle to get that protein in, so I definitely do 2 protein shakes a day. I like the muscle milk ones, the non-dairy ones, because if you're like me, you can't do dairy, then you need to find one that you can. Anyway, and those are like 32 grams of protein per one. So I usually do 1 or 2 of those and get the rest from food. Okay, so here is another important thing. So like with dirty keto, you're allowed to have berries. And you're allowed to have, well, in all keto, you're allowed to have vegetables, but fiber is super important. Even if your team, says protein first and everything else after that, you're going to want your fiber, or you're not going to be able to poop. You're going to be severely constipated. Now, if you're as far as out as me or further, or, even just a little bit out, you're going to know constipation is severe with us. And I actually went outside of my program because I didn't feel my team was helping me in a way that I felt they should be. So I went to a separate registered dietitian, and she told me I need fiber. I have to eat lots of berries and green veggies and stuff that have a lot of fiber. And when I do, it keeps me regular. So it's super important, but the protein you don't want to cut down on. And if all else fails, milk of magnesia is your friend. Okay, enough about poop, but we had to talk about it. Okay, and so another tip I have, if you're a coffee drinker, and I know a lot of us are told not to have coffee, and by all means, always follow what you want to do and what your doctors recommend. However, I'm 2.5 years out. I drink coffee. I like my coffee in the morning. I only have 1 or 2 cups a day, just because I know that how quickly we can become dehydrated. And that's a serious issue too. I've had to get fluids at least three times in the last 2.5 years from dehydration, not because of coffee. Most of the times I wasn't even drinking coffee at that point. Anyway, but I know that if I drink coffee, it's going to it doesn't hydrate, it dehydrates. Like, same with pop, which is, we're not supposed to drink that either, and that's definitely not keto. But, and instead it doesn't hydrate you, so I always make sure I'll have my 1 or 2 cups of coffee in the morning, and then the rest of the day it's all water. And, I would not suggest drinking coffee all day long. That's not going to be good for you, and you will get dehydrated real quick. But what I like to do is, I have a Keurig, so I just use the little, K-Pods. And then in my coffee, so because I'm lactose intolerant, I do almond milk. Plus it's only like 35 calories for a cup and no carbs. And but what is keto approved, if you don't have that issue, is you could do half and half whipping cream or heavy cream. Jordan skinny syrups, excuse my dog. Jordan skinny syrups, I make sure they say sugar free because I mean they usually are when it says skinny syrups. Anyway, and I put those into flavor, and then you can use whatever keto approved sweetener you have. I use stevia. I do want to get some monk fruit to try, but I use stevia, and I do like Splenda, you know. Occasionally, like if I go to get coffee at a stand, I'll use Splenda. Anyway, and then they also have keto flavorings, the skinny syrups do. They're called Keto MCT oil because it has that MCT oil, which is the good, healthy kind of fat you want in your diet when you're doing keto. They are 10 calories per 2 tablespoons. That's one serving. So, you know, if you do 4, that's going to be 20, but it's okay. I just put a couple in just to get that oil in. Okay, so keto. It's like most people stick to 20 carbs or less. I personally do 25 or less just because that's easier for me.
You want to stick to 20, 25 net carbs or lower.
I do allow myself up to 64 grams of fat every day. I never eat that much. I personally don't want a bunch of fat. I know that's a keto thing. I want some, but not tons. And then for protein, though, I do more protein than what keto usually calls for. But those are the macros. And so the best apps, weight loss apps, tracking apps, all that are for bariatric patients. Us weight loss patients are Baritastic app. That one is very good. I like that one a lot. I've used it from the beginning. It allows you to put lower end calories, you know, the 800 to 1,000 we're supposed to do when we're fully healed and further out. Anyway, and the one I'm using now though that I like a little bit better is called the Carb Manager app. It's really good. There is a free version, but I really suggest upgrading to the paid version because it's only $39.99 a year. That's $40 for a whole entire year. It gives you access to the Keto Academy classes, which teaches a whole lot about keto. They're fantastic. I love those. And I also like all the recipes that comes with the paid version. And if you do intermittent fasting, it comes with basically you pick what numbers you want to do to fasting. For me, in my opinion, personally, being a bariatric patient, I found the 16-8 part. The 16-8 kind was too hard for me to get in the protein I need within that short window. I couldn't eat enough, which I realize is the point, but as a bariatric patient, we're already lower calories, so that's not necessary. I do 12-12, so that means I get to eat for 12 hours and I fast for 12 hours. So, and what the app does is it'll tell you, like it tells me how much time left I have until I can eat. So basically, I eat from 9 a.m. and then I have to be done by 9 p.m. I mean, I try to stop long before that. I usually stop at like 6. But basically, that would be my 12 to 12 window. And it will tell me how much time I have left. And if I'm in that window, it's really nice. And there's like a community tab where you can join competitions and many different groups. It's a really great app. Okay, so the next thing I like to do is I use measuring cups. I like to use these kind. They usually come on a ring, but they tell, you know, you get exact portions with these rather than the cup one. And I prefer to get exact portion measurements, you know, so that it helps me track. And even though I'm 2.5 years out, I tried not weighing and measuring my food, but I did not do good. I was sick all the time from overeating and all that stuff. So now I'm back to measuring everything that goes into my mouth. weighing, measuring. So these guys are your friends. Also with these, you're gonna want to get, I plan on getting more, but you want to get a few. Okay, and the next thing that's super important in order to weigh your food and whatnot is a food scale. This was like really cheap, and it on Amazon, and it goes ounces and grams, and it comes with this. You don't have to use this, but I like to use it sometimes. Depends on what I'm making. And yeah, this is your friend. It makes measuring really easy. Okay, you're gonna want to get either a Blend Jet 2. I really want one. I need to get one. It's on my wish list. I need it. That'll help you make your protein shakes, or you know, if you do smoothies, you can totally do smoothies with keto, you know, just throw, or a Magic Bullet. I currently have a Magic Bullet. I use a regular blender if you have one. That works too. A lot of times I don't always necessarily have the pre-made protein shakes, because as you know, they can be expensive. They're expensive, and the powders are a lot cheaper, and it just mixes them up great so they don't taste as bad. I use Ziploc baggies a lot, so I'll make pre-portioned snacks or like lunch or whatever. If it's not like, you know, if it's just like a hard-boiled egg and some cheese, I'll just put it in a little Ziploc bag and put them in for the week. I love meal prep because it's easy. It makes things so much easier, and then when you're tracking on your app, you can just, you know, save your favorite foods, at least in the Carb Manager app, and then add them, and then it's real quick and easy to track. Or you could do little containers too. I just prefer less dishes, so I and then this is a circle bottle. This is 24 ounces, I believe, or 26, something like that. I'm out of the things that go in it, but those are really great flavorings, and if you want to spend the money on that, I think it's worth it. I like to use the coffee ones. I haven't had any in a while, but so a cheat for that's a lot more affordable are these flavor packets. They also make liquid flavor drops, but I prefer the packets. So I don't know if you have a Winco or a Walmart, but at Winco, these, I usually get 3 or 4 flavors because they're literally only 97 cents a box. You only get about like 6 in each, but still more affordable, and you get more variety. And I just put it in like these. We get these Sam's purified drinking water 20 fluid ounce. I just put them in here, and you know, you shake them up. Another good idea, something that I would like to do eventually, is I've seen water bottles on Amazon. Like, I don't want one of the big huge ones, but just like a 30 ounce one where it marks like how much water you've drank, so that you can keep track of it, and to help you drink more water, because our water is super important to get in. My friend got me these for Christmas. So this one is, you know, you've all heard of Truffles and stuff. Well, even if you just want to make an egg or whatever, this is just a grill. It's real easy to use. I love this. I've made scrambled eggs in it, and, well, I mean, like, you know, it's more like an omelet type thing. Okay, and then this one for Truffles, they are, YouTube is going to be your best friend for recipes, but Truffles are basically flourless. Some use almond flour, but that's lower carb, so that's allowed on keto. And basically most of them though are typically eggs and cheese, and you can use them as bread. A lot of people use them for buns, like if you're gonna eat a burger or anything really. And you can also make them sweet or savory. I have a recipe for them without cheese, just so that it's less dairy. Cool, they're about 10 bucks, maybe a little more. Another thing you're gonna wanna get, so shredded cheese that you buy in a store has carbs in it because they use potato starch to keep them from sticking together. And if you want to cut out those carbs, you can grate your own cheese. And I'm not saying to spend an hour on a whole block of like cheese grater, but I have a cheese grater. It's a manual one, but it goes like this, you know, so it goes really fast. Amazon. Cambomb manual rotary cheese grater for $28.99 plus tax, of course. You're gonna want some keto cheat sheet magnets. I have some. I tell you, like, you know, the macros of different foods. Need a cutting board or two. Muffin tins, you could make egg bites.
I'll be using cupcake liners to stop the hassle of having to spend hours washing dishes.
Like, you could get a donut pan or a specific bagel thing, but when you're craving baked goods like bagels or muffins, or make keto versions, YouTube is your friend. You're gonna want to either look up a recipe on YouTube or through Google, and you will find keto alternatives. I do it all the time. I've made bagels, I've made muffins. You're gonna want like a cooking spray, like you can use Pam olive oil spray. It makes it so easy. You just spray whatever and cook. And it puts good fat into your food. If you want to buy one and you need a nudge to do it, get an air fryer. Oh my God. I love, I can make roasted veggies in the air fryer. You can cook meats in there. Air fryer cheat sheets that gives you times and temperatures of what to cook. Those are magnets. I'm gonna look up really quick, easy snacks. YouTube and Google are your friend. Fitness watch, I have a Fitbit, but it's good to keep track of your steps, and it's kind of fun. And like with the Carb Manager app, you can actually sync it and it'll add your steps to the app. I recommend getting some exercises, even if it's just walking, and start where you can. If you're out of shape and you can only walk a little bit, like down the street and back, do that. Go up some stairs. Just do whatever you can to get started. And, you know, just remember, Rome was not built in a day, right? And my favorite saying that I like to go by is, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. Because it's true. You got to take baby steps, and then you go on as you go. Anyway, so these are all my tips to doing keto after weight loss surgery. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please hit the like button. It really helps my channel. And thanks for watching.
The Urban Decay Brow Ink didn't work with the lip gloss, so I put a lipstick on and got it on there for 4 hours. It was good, and then I took it off.